So you know how I said I was going to be potentially dropping the PG limit on the channel? Let's push that envelope just a little bit today because I kind of have to for this shout out. So before we begin, thank you very much to Babe, I love your convoy. The big convoys scare me. For joining the Patreon campaign. You could infer things from that, or you could just be looking at trucks. For the purposes of this channel, I'm going to assume you're looking at trucks. And we're going to leave it at that. So thank you very much for the contribution. Thank you for all of the support over on Patreon. It genuinely is what keeps this channel going and what keeps the daily content coming. So thank you. Thank you. We are on a Monday, which means we are time for a news roundup. And here I am about to shoot myself in the foot. So if you've seen the Agent Magnetar schedule for the week over on that Blue Sky account, seriously, why aren't you following it? It's me as a VTuber, Common Writer-esque design, and it's some of the most fun I've ever had doing streaming. Please go follow it if you have not. We're streaming 5 times a week usually, but not this week. Because for once I decided, let me just clear my Monday just to enjoy a day to myself. Meaning, I'm actually recording this the night before. It is the butt crack of dawn as I record this because I'm a terrible night owl. And I'm shooting myself in the foot because normally I would wait until the afternoon, maybe even the evening to do the news roundup. That way I get all the little stuff that comes in on Monday. But doing it now means I'm probably going to miss some huge story that I'm going to have to talk about some other time or wait a week, and I hate doing that. Still, we need to do it now so I can enjoy a day off for once. And it's going to start with the Style Gen Masterpiece Optimus Prime, or MPG Optimus Prime Style Gen. So it is finally in hand, not Rab. Who has been doing a lot of the in-hand photo work for Hasbro overseas. We know that like he's legit. He actually gets his stuff from Hasbro and gets a lot of photos of all the new stuff. And this is pretty good. Okay, so I'm not going to lie. I have my issues with how MPG is going. You saw the video for it. But I will admit, when a toy looks good, a toy looks good. And yeah, like as an Optimus Prime toy, this looks pretty good. I do like that it comes with so much that, you know, normal Optimus Prime toys have come with over the years. And it's not just strictly sticking to G1 stuff. You know, they can do, you know, different styles. They can do different weapon accessories. And that does mean that they are not beholden to accuracy. Which basically just lets them make a masterpiece Optimus Prime that is, you know, optimized for play value, which, let's be honest, masterpiece toys do have a flaw. And like, this is like, here we go, like me on the masterpiece thing again. Didn't even mention this in that video. The flaw of masterpiece toys is in a need for accuracy to satisfy fans and big collectors. They basically just focus on getting a toy that is vehicle and robot as accurate as possible and whatever it takes to get from point A to point B. But you sacrifice play value when you do that. They come with accessories that are, you know, akin to them, but otherwise they you know, a lot of Masterpiece toys basically come with the same stuff that a normal Voyager or Deluxe would. So this actually focuses on playability. Like even like the 5mm ports exist on this one. Like, you know, like it's a Generations figure. That's kind of crazy. So like I said, I have issues with where Masterpiece is going. I question its validity, but I will not deny this actually looks like a fun Optimus Prime. Like it looks like it's doing a lot of cool things. And yeah, like Not Rab is really showing those butterfly joints and how powerful those are. So yeah, I'm not going to begrudge anyone for getting it. It's not my thing. I'm going to go ahead and skip it, mostly because I am not paying Masterpiece prices right now. But it looks fun for what it is. You know, it's one of those, like, if I ever have an opportunity to get one cheap, I'd probably grab it. Oh, and just in case you want to see what the box looks like, yeah, Masterpiece MPG, gotta get that right now. Now going for a completely different aesthetic. You know, so we've completely done away with the boxes. the black box. You know, it's supposed to look all like professional and collector. Also, if you want to take a look at the quick instructions, that is available as well. You can see it is compatible with previous trailers, which is a neat little trick. It's doing a lot of typical Optimus Prime stuff, but you can see how intricate it gets. I believe this is like some 50-step transformation, something crazy. So there you go. It's over at TFW if you want a closer look at it, just in case you actually want to see how this thing works without having to buy it, or, you know, just look up someone else's video. So moving from someone who genuinely does stuff with Hasbro to a toy thief who's just in it for the clout, we're looking at the first look of the Timeline Samurai Optimus Prime and Starscream in hand. Not that much of an early look, but it is a gallery, and we can talk about the toy now. So the Optimus Prime, let's see, we focus on the Optimus Prime first. So I will give you the info here as we look at these. They are very small for deluxes. You know, they're about like mini bot size, even though they're Optimus, Starscream, etc. The Optimus Prime is exceptionally well engineered. It's very clever. It's very fun. I've transformed him several times just because it's really neat to see how an ox pops out of Optimus Prime. The Starscream is exceptionally disappointing. It is basically copy pasting the transformation from Airazor. Yeah, as you can see, pointed out here, and it's doing a much worse job of it. There's nice things about the toy. I like that it's got like old style like Japanese rifles instead of the null rays. That's a nice little touch. But really the only character and personality that gets across the whole like feudal era thing is just in some details on Starscream. Show the beast mode. I know you don't want to show the beast mode, but show the beast mode already. Or you just... There we go. Yeah, so you see the issue here. So the wings do not have as many hinges. They don't fold up nearly as much as Airazor's do, which means they stick out a lot more in the robot mode. It's Starscream. That's not really all that big of a deal. The bulkier parts on Starscream means that he doesn't crunch up into a bird nearly as well as Airazor does. You know, he's basically just squatting. Like, he looks like... I was going to say something more disgusting. Let's go with, he looks like he's trying to lay an egg. And we will leave it at that. So the Optimus is great. The Starscream, I said it on Blue Sky. I'll repeat it here. The Starscream is the equivalent of the foam cup with a plant growing out of it that you used for your science fair project. It is the most minimal effort that still technically qualifies. Oh, a little bit disappointing. If I decide to do a review of them, I'll give you like the full rundown, but that's your like little nutshell thing. The Optimus is great, the Starscream not so great, and they're small for the price. So take all of that for what you will. Takara is showing off a bunch more of their stuff that is about to come out. So we have the upcoming, like the next Decepticon pack, multi-pack thing, which is the Earthrise mold, Skywarp, along with little reflector and actually a lot of little accessories. We got multiple sizes of energon cubes. We got a Megatron and Shockwave gun mode. We got reflector and camera mode. We got Soundwave and cassette recorder mode. That's a great little accessory batch to throw into what is otherwise potentially like unnecessary repaints of the Insecticons. Like, don't get me wrong, Bombshell in the original cartoon is gray. He does not have the purple that the others do, which is always weird in the cartoon. The original toys have the purple. I prefer the purple, if I'm going to be completely honest here. But, yeah, I think they're just, like, very, very minorly changed. Did Japan just not get the Insecticons? Because I could get that vibe. I really could. I'm not following just like how much of Hasbro product makes it over there anymore. It's really silly because one, 86 Insecticons are in the rumor mill. They are in the leaks. So we know we're going to get these guys again, probably with no clear plastic and show accurate colors. So America, you're going to get the gray Bombshell as well. But we also know that, you know, we've got brand new Seekers on the way. Skywarp is inevitable from the new Thundercracker mold. So yeah, it's just Takara getting these out one last time while they're still semi-viable, I guess. We have the green Lyo convoy, which still looks really, really neat. I have been told by my friend Red Claw, who I'll be visiting on his stream Friday night, which is super cool. I have been told that that mold feels very different from the Hasbro release, and not just in that like they just retooled the mane and the head to be more accurate. All the gold parts have been retooled. The figure apparently feels better according to him, and they apparently put the spin gimmick back into the mane. Which is kind of crazy and helps justify the price point on the toy. So I might be eyeballing that Lyo convoy again. We see the Style Gen Optimus again. We see the Sideways. Now we know exactly how they work, which does unfortunately include part forming. That's kind of disappointing. Yeah, but yeah, a little bit more from the display that they had. There's still really cool stuff on the way. And it does look like you can see like the entire display. It looks like Takara is getting everything that Hasbro releases. So yeah, I don't know. I guess some people just missed out on the Insecticons, I guess. So, the More Than Meets the Eye collection. So, we know what last week's launch was because it was announced a little bit late. We're going to talk about it here after this one. But this is the more pertinent one. So, Studio Series 86 More Than Meets the Eye Megatron. Now, this is not just a repaint. This is not just a repaint. So if we take a look at the toy itself, they have done the extra mile here. The chest is completely retooled for the battle damage. The paint is just accentuating it. The same is true of the head. New expression, new damage on the helmet, and then paint to bring it out. Do we want to take bets on what color the legs will be? Because in this shot, we have no ambiguity. The legs do not look blue at all. The legs just look completely flat gray. So hopefully it will stay that way for the people who are really uptight about that. I thought the color was fine. The big thing here is he comes with the gun now. That was the weird thing to me with 86 Megatron, is the fact that he did not, of all things not to include in that package, every Megatron toy, like every premium Megatron toy comes with the gun that killed Optimus Prime. So it's kind of weird that it was missing the first time. I'm not going to get this again just for the sake of getting that one accessory. That's a little silly. Also, if you were complaining about the fusion cannon, that is unchanged. I know some people are really bothered by it. I didn't really care. I want to point out that the window here does read "one shall fall," meaning there is very, very likely, we know that there is a leader class release of 86 Optimus Prime on the way. We kind of speculated that it is going to be the battle damage, the final battle molding and all that. So I'm assuming that box matches this one and says "one shall stand," which would actually be really, really cool for you mint and box collectors to put side by side. So, yeah, so I believe this is going to be the next More Than Meets the Eye pre-order. They usually get revealed like sometime on Monday. So there you go. That one's going to be the next one up if you want to be up. It's super early on Tuesday morning in order to pre-order that, which is what you had to do to get the Scourge that they put up for pre-order, which is literally just the exact same figure, just you have another opportunity to get it. I guess when we're all chasing down sweeps for troop building, getting this one out again is not a horrible idea. Could have tweaked the colors a little bit just so it felt a little bit different, but is what it is. It's not a huge deal. So much to my surprise, we have a brand new Smash Changer on the way. So I was actually just at Target. They're starting to restock after Christmas, meaning I'm actually seeing new stuff. I've seen a Quintus Prime in person. I have seen a I've seen a Quick Strike in person. Sure Shot, the only one from the wave I didn't have on pre-order because I was trying to be a little bit more careful at the time. Of course, I didn't find that one. Found everybody else. But I've also seen the brand new generic line, the new Evergreen line that Target has been stocking, including the repacked, slightly repainted Smash Changers from Rise of the Beasts, which is kind of cool to see them out again. I will admit, in Beast Wars colors, the Primal's a little bit more tempting, only a little. They very much scream, these will go on sale. I'll give you a hint. Wave 1 of the deluxes is just Optimus and Bumblebee in a solid case of the two. So all those other ones they could have done. The new mold Megatron we know is on the way. That's the Soundwave that people are having trouble finding. The Cosmos that's in the ether somewhere. Would have been nice to have those. Which, by the way, one of the news stories that almost went around is some like shady website was announcing that the end of 2026 there was going to be another special for Earthspark. No. That turned out to be bogus. So if you ever heard that rumor, calm down. Not happening. But yeah, we have a new Smash Changer. It is an Evergreen Bumblebee. Doesn't look too bad. It's going to look weird beside the Optimus and Primal because this is way less greebled than they are since it's not a movie design. But it is neat. The Smash Changers are actually kind of neat. I will admit, I got one on clearance during Rise of the Beast, and it is kind of a fun little gimmicky toy. But to see one done like this is a little bit different. So I'm actually kind of interested to see exactly like how Bumblebee like accomplishes the transformation. So that's actually going to be a little bit of fun. That's going to be interesting to see. Also, if you want a little bit of fun, Cyberworld is now up to episode 20. So they're rolling right along. New episode, no real spoilers here. It's mostly just like a Autobots competing kind of thing. There's another Mirage and Starscream episode that's actually really interesting. That actually does move the story in a fun little way. Oh no, it's Wheeljack. It's Wheeljack and Starscream. And Mirage is somewhere in there. Never mind. Some interesting things are happening in the story. And then this felt a little bit filler, but that's how it goes. So, a little bit more Cyber World if you haven't been paying attention. Hasbro has new people on their board of directors. So, one of them, Carla Vernon, I'm not really versed on. The weird thing here, she's chief executive officer. She's the CEO of a place called The Honest Company, which when you name your company The Honest Company, I'm immediately going to assume you are not honest. But hey, now we have Doug Bowser, and if that name sounds familiar, that is because he used to be a COO of Nintendo of America, which is crazy. So, number one, I have no issue with Doug Bowser outside of he just had a very short tenure as a president of Nintendo. Everything seemed to run smoothly during his watch. I'm not really going to knock his job performance here. My bigger concern here is it's another video game guy getting into a place of power in Hasbro when we already know Chris Cox from the Xbox world really doesn't like the whole toy company thing, really wants to go digital, really wants to turn it into a video game company. Adding more people who might actually like lean in that direction is concerning to me. I have no issue with Doug Bowser other than I really do believe he needs his name changed to Doug Megatron or Doug Cobra Commander, one or the other. I won't be picky. But it is an interesting pickup because it does kind of lean into things that are a little bit concerning for us toy fans. Okay, so these are from a company called, this is weird. So, this is Tanmi Space Project R, Transformers, Optimus, and Megatron, which are apparently already out because people have them in hand. So yeah, these are non-transforming figures, no model kit here, just right out of the box, ready to go. Then they're very much doing kind of their own thing. The Optimus is kind of vaguely Rise of the Beast with some of his detailing, especially in the forearms. But it is also very stylized, very much like down to like the artist's personal preference. Doesn't look bad. Not quite my taste for Optimus, but doesn't look too bad. The Megatron is super weird. The Megatron has these like Gundam legs, gas mask over his face, and probably one of the strangest looking fusion cannons Megatron's ever been armed with. Yeah, it feels like a completely different figure that just happens to be repainted to look like Megatron. So that's a weird choice. I'm not big on that one, but you know what? It's a stylized thing. If it's your thing, have at it. I have no idea how you get your hands on these, but good luck to you. And we will finish it off this week with a look at Yolo Park showing off prototypes of their upcoming AMK series Dinobot. So this is not AMK Pro that has all the extra details and all the diecast parts. This is the standard AMK line of like mostly built model kits that Yolo Park does. We will be hearing from Yolo Park this week, by the way. Some cool stuff coming. We will talk about it when it arrives. But the Dinobot, of course, I'm going to think looks absolutely incredible sculpt-wise. Looks really, really cool. Looks like they got tons of articulation. The butterfly joints are there. The extending hips are there. Yeah, we get to see he gets the sword, he gets the spin blade, he gets his eye lasers. A little bit short range on the lasers. But this is again, oh, good trick. Chest extends so the ab crunch has more room. That's a good trick. I like that a lot. Oh, and the spin blade is on a free spin. That's cool. I like that. They've done some good stuff here. Okay. Obviously, I'm gonna love anything Dinobot, but this is again one of those things where technically it's physically impossible to get his transformation accurate. So if you're waiting for like a super accurate toy, you're gonna be waiting forever. I think the Kingdom did a surprisingly nice job, though even it has its limitations. The Masterpiece also has its limitations. You know, that one's fine if you like his back being like protruding away from the rest of his body. But yeah, if you just want cheap, very articulated, and I shouldn't say cheap, let's say affordable. If you want affordable and very well detailed and articulated, etc., this is probably going to be a really, really good option. And that is going to do it for the news roundup. Like I said, I'm expecting this to completely bite me in the rear because I'm expecting something to drop Monday that I wish I would have talked about. But from what I've seen of the rumor mill, we got a lot of stuff we're going to be able to talk about soon, so I'm not too worried about it. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a Tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.